This is Higher Maths, it's practice paper D. We're looking at the non-calculator paper and this is question 25. The graph illustrates the law y is equal to ax to the power of b. Okay. The straight line joins the points 0, 4 and 1, 0. Find the values of a and b in the law that we've been given there. Now in the graph what I notice is that the axes, the first axis, the x-axis, is a log x to the base 2, and it's a log axis also for y, so it's log y to the base 2 as well. So that'll help me out. I don't need to work out any logs. It's a non-calculator paper, so we can work that one through quite straightforwardly from here. Right, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start by unravelling this equation here. If you know the direct comparison from there into its straight line form, I'd just go ahead and do it. If not, just use the laws of logs to unravel it. I'll just do that to show you what I mean by that. So what I'm going to do is, because it's log to the base 2 in the diagram that I've got here, I'm going to take the log to the base 2 of both sides first of all, okay? So log to the base 2 and log to the base 2 of both sides. What I'll do is I'll use the multiplication law and I'll split these out by adding the logs together. And we're adding, and it's all to the base 2. What I'll now do is I'll use the power law and bring that b down to the front of the log. Okay, so that's the only thing I'm going to do on this line here. And I'm now near enough in a form that's in the form of a straight line equation. What I'll do is I'll just swap these things around there just to make it look a bit better for me to work this out. So I've got b, and that will be log to the base 2, and that will be x plus log a, and that's going to be to the base 2 there. So that there is a bit better. That's in the form of y is equal to mx plus c. And what we've got is that all of these parts here all just kind of line up. So that lines up there, the gradient lines up with b, x lines up with a log as well, and the c value works out to be log a to the base 2, and we'd be able to work that out straight from the diagram. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you it by using simultaneous equations. So what we'll do first of all is I'll substitute, and we'll go for the 0, 4, and we'll go for that into the equation of the straight line. So it'll be into this equation that's here. Okay, so I know that log y is going to be to the base 2 is going to be 4. So I'm going to start with a 4 there is equal to b. I've got a 0, and that's going to be plus log a base 2. Okay, so you could have lifted it directly from there. I'll use the other equation, and what I'll get is I'll get substituting the point 1, 0. So this point here I'm just going to substitute in, and what I should get is 0 is equal to b times 1 plus log 2a. Call this equation 1, call this one 2, and what I'll do is I'll subtract 2 from 1. So what I'll get is 4 take away 0 is 4. What I've got is the log a to the base 2s are going to disappear, and what I'll get here is I'll get minus 1b. So from there I know that b is going to be equal to negative 4. Or from there you could work out the gradient. So the gradient of this line here is going to be minus 4, isn't it? So b is just minus 4. So you could have just taken it straight from there. That would have been a straightforward way of doing it. What I'll then do is I'll just substitute, b is equal to minus 4 into equation number 1. Okay, so I'll just substitute it into here. And what I should get here is I've got 4 is equal to minus 4 times 0. So I can see here that log a to the base 2 is equal to 4. Or you could have taken it straight from here as well. You know, if you're given a point there, you could have just taken the c value or the y-intercept as the 4 from there. what I'll do is I'll change to exponential form. That's going to help me to solve this. Okay, so what I'll go for is that a is going to be equal to the base 2 to the power of 4. And that should give me a value of 16 from there. Okay, so that's the question complete. And what we'll say is that therefore a equals 16, b equals minus 4, and the equation is y equals 16x to the minus 4. And that would be the question complete. Right, this is 4 marks for this question here, and what we'll go for is we'll go for 1 mark for trying to set out either simultaneous equations or for working out the gradient from there and working out the value of b is equal to minus 4. And what we'll go for is I'll go for the changing to exponential form for that one there, and for getting a is equal to 16. And that's going to be the 4 marks that we've got for this question here.